I love you in the Serpent. Like, first of all, I love the Serpent Queen. I love you in the Serpent Queen. Like your character Rahima kind of scares me because she feels like one of those like silent but deadly types.
Mm.
Like she's grown from this innocent person last year to somebody who's quite cunning and somewhat manipulative. She's kind of learned how to survive court. So why, if at all, do you think that Rahima should be one to fear? And does she really have loyalty to anyone?
She has loyalty to herself. Um, and, for the start of the season, that makes sense to stay with Catherine. And towards the end, when she gets a better offer, well, she takes it. Because she's living in the world that they all are, and you have to do what it takes to survive and to win out. Um, and potentially as well, by the end of the season, she has not just loyalty to herself, but to another. Um, who I'm not sure if that is Alessandro, but it is to another. But no, you're absolutely right. She is silent but deadly. She is pulling the strings. She makes things happen. And she is incredibly clever because she has learned from the best.
That you know what? That's a good way to put it. I haven't watched, so I have all the screeners, but I haven't watched it yet because I like to watch it right before it comes out because then I don't have to wait long to talk to my friends about it.
Mm.
Because we all talk about it and like we personally don't think that we could ever survive French court. Like there's no way we would be like, right from the beginning. Do you think that, you as Emma could have ever survived the Medici court? And what would you have found hardest to being at court?
No, I could not have survived. Way too much of a lover. I'm too lovey. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Um, I could not have survived. Although maybe I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it? Because until you walk those halls and you experience those things, I guess they shape you, and they've shaped Catherine. She wasn't loved by her parents. She was
Mhm.
then in an ill-fated marriage where she fell in love and she was not loved once again. And then she's not loved by her children or her brother. And I think all of that has shaped her to be this person. She wasn't born to be a royal. She was called ugly by all of those around her. And she is doing the best that she can. And I suppose what the show asks you so well as a fan and an audience member is, what would you have done? And because of that, it takes you right on this journey with her. um, and it makes it relatable because you see someone who is an outsider doing what they can in that world, which is so brutal, where death is literally around the corner. You know, um, so it's a lot of fun. And Rahima is, again, she is that person. She is that outsider. And in the second season, she has made herself. She is front and center, and she needs her. Catherine needs her. So
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun.
I so I was looking at your Instagram earlier and you have such a keen fashion sense. Like, so my question, I love your fashion. So my question for you is that like, the costumes in the Serpent Queen seem like they would be miserable to wear. Like there's so many layers and things to them. Do you like wearing them? What's the most challenging things about wearing them? And how does carrying that much fabric and that much affect your acting?
It's hot. It is very hot. Um, no pain, no game. They are incredibly beautiful. You love wearing them for the first few weeks, and you think, make the corset as tight as it possibly can be. And then you think, what was I thinking? It's so hot where we're filming. There are so many layers. And then you drink less water because you don't want to have to pee. um, they are incredibly beautiful. The costume team on it are just sorceresses. They're amazing. But yeah, you're right. It's difficult. It's really difficult, and it gives you such an appreciation of the women at that time because they make you incredibly vulnerable. Those costumes, even to catch your breath, to speak in them is difficult. Um, if
Oh.
you can't dress yourself, you need help to get dressed. If you were to be pushed over, you're on the floor. You're not getting back up again if someone helps you, and again, that makes you incredibly vulnerable. Everything is effort. So taking a turn around the room,
Uh-huh.
yeah, that was a huge amount of exercise. No wonder they say it at the time.
So like it just now you have me intrigued. So like if you're sitting down, do you need help to get back up? That kind of thing?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Oh,
much. And
heck
even
no.
then, sitting down is difficult because you have to do it at an angle. because your bodice is in such a way. Minnie Driver actually taught me how to go to the toilet in them. She said, "Darling, you're doing it wrong. You have to go forward. You have to straddle the toilet seat because that's the only way you can do it. And then you can, yeah, without going into too much detail." She's incredible, Minnie. She's so funny, but yeah, she's not wrong. Go to the toilet forwards.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I couldn't do it. There's just like, I know there's no way. There's just absolutely no way. What has been your favorite place to film so far? And what has been your favorite scene to film so far?
There's a scene in episode 8 which you're yet to watch. Look out for
Mhm.
that one. You'll know it when you see it. That was fun. Just to be in a room with Sam, um, there's sort of the two of us, and really being able to say to each other what is yet unsaid. That
Mhm.
was a real highlight for me, and also being able to let the guard down, the mask, because I think Rahima likes Catherine. She has to be so clever and so calculated about what she says. She has to, and so that scene, the masks come down and they truly see one another. So that for me was a real highlight.
Wow.
And just the locations, my gosh, we're where they were. So every
Right.
day is incredible. Those aren't backdrops. We are there. We are in the chateaus. The scene in the woodland with Alessandra again, that was a highlight. Ashley's a beautiful actor, and it was really nice to see that side of their characters. Their vulnerabilities, their romantics, and they see each other right from the off. So that was a beautiful dynamic to watch play out. And Justin writes so beautifully that yeah, that was a lot of fun just to say those words and to be in those places. And to be in the places downstairs as well, where Rahima really does hold court herself.
Yeah.
In the kitchen when you first see her with the flying squadron. So essentially every single scene, if I may.
Love it. Well, I just want to thank you so much for your time. I